Welcome back to Cheddar, everyone. Sonos shares hitting new highs after the company reported an earnings beat on both the top and bottom line. EPS coming in at 33 cents a share versus the estimated 0 cents, and revenue reaching nearly $340 million, beating the estimate of almost $299 million. Joining us now, taking the time today, Patrick Spence is the CEO of Sonos. Patrick, thanks so much for the time and joining us. What are the main factors that you think went into this quarter's success?
Well, thanks for having me, Brad. And I really think that it's a testament to the power of the model and the system that we've built. Customers have known for years the power of the system and how great it is when you get one Sonos, but how much it gets even better as you get a second and a third, and you add that to the system. And so really, I think this has been an inflection point where investors now see the power and the profitability that comes from building great products that get better over time, that you want to add more to as well in your home.
Where do you compound upon the areas of growth, particularly in the direct-to-consumer markets that you were talking about yesterday? Heard a lot about that on the earnings call. And what keeps you up at night right now as we are still amid this pandemic and companies, even like Sonos, despite a successful quarter, still have to wade through what the rest of the business environment is navigating as well?
Yeah, you're exactly right. So we've been a huge beneficiary on the direct-to-consumer side. You know, that's been an area that we've been very focused. But we've seen, multiple years probably worth of transition there just in a few months. So we actually took our sales from 12% direct last year to 21% this year. So just an incredible change, 84% year over year growth. But like you say, we're still in the midst of a pandemic. And I think what we've shown is that our model is adaptable and resilient. We've been around for a long time. We've navigated the Great Recession. We've navigated many competitors trying to do what we do and work through that. We've navigated now a pandemic. And really, when I think about what keeps me up at night, it's really our people and helping support them through this pandemic, because they have been just heroic in terms of delivering the kind of results that we reported yesterday and making sure we can still launch these amazing products and services, even with everybody working from home. So that's the thing that I really want to make sure that we continue to support our people, help them work through this period and continue to deliver these kind of results.
We've heard a lot about direct-to-consumer amid the pandemic and some of the successes that businesses across sectors have seen as they're engaging with households who are looking towards their discretionary income, seeing where they can do some spending as well. And ultimately, for a company like Sonos, does that mean you're spending less on marketing and some of the customer acquisition as well?
Absolutely. So one of the nice things about our system is that people are engaging with it every day, right? So they're using the Sonos app to control the speakers in their home. And that gives us a very unique way of interfacing and communicating with our customers, a unique way of supporting them as well when they run into trouble. And we've really, recognized that and used that as a bit of a springboard to drive this to direct to consumer. So really, only about 20% of our traffic coming to our website is paid. Which is pretty low in the industry. So we've been able to, really build a brand over the last 15 years, which people know and love. Word of mouth is a very important driver for us and still the number one driver of purchases. And then, of course, our relationship with our customer allows us to do things like drive a huge number of existing customers that come back and add another one. So we actually saw 41% of our registrations from last year from existing customers coming back and adding another Sonos to their home, which we just love.
Our research reveals a headphone patent filed for by Sonos. Market opportunity seems right with a significant amount of households in a work from home or EDU from home capacity and not trying to have their sound waves overlap. How do headphones fit into the future roadmap for Sonos?
Well, we're always patenting and really exploring a ton of areas. We think there's a huge amount of opportunity in all the categories of audio as we think about the future. So we're always exploring a bunch of areas. We think we've got, a unique, differentiated experience. We do things a little bit differently. You may have seen that this year we brought out our first portable product, Move. And we did that in a totally different way than anybody else in the market. We actually established a whole new category at the $400 price point around portables and really premium portables. And so when we look at new categories and entering new categories, we think about how can we do it different? How can we bring that Sonos kind of level of quality, that Sonos level of differentiation, of experience, of innovation, and do something different? So for any categories that we think about in the future and are going to enter, and we see many, we think we'll bring something unique to the table.
Certainly hardware product that comes to mind for many people, but then additionally, you've got platform products that we should think about as well. Sonos Radio, that came up a few times on the earnings call. What kinds of ideas are being tossed around at Sonos for particularly generating revenue outside of hardware and into platform services?
Yeah, well, and the interesting thing that I don't think a lot of people understand is, about 50% of our research and development actually goes into software. So that has been so key to making sure that we're delivering a great experience, that you have that cloud connectivity to all the great streaming services that are out there. And we saw an opportunity, Brad, when it came to radio, something that that our customers continue to listen to. We realized the experience wasn't great with what we had before. And so we actually experimented a little bit with that. We launched Sonos Radio a little earlier this year. And then last week, Radio HD, because we believe there's an experience there that we can deliver uniquely to Sonos customers. And so we're doing that with curated content, with lossless, high quality audio as well. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those areas where, maybe we can solve something that our customers are having trouble with. We can make it a little bit easier and just bring a little more joy into their lives. So we're always looking at and working with and investigating what is it that our customers are doing? Where are they running into trouble? And where's that maybe an opportunity to better serve them that opens up other monetization in the future? So we've got a few ideas. We're going to continue to explore those, to experiment. We're just getting started with services. We've been at hardware 15 years, but we're just getting kicked off with services now. We're excited about that. And we're going to do a lot of experimentation.
Just while we have you, Patrick, the eyewear category, Amazon and Bose entering into that with sound as well, so an audio eyewear play. Eyewear still seems like Gretchen trying to make fetch work to me, a joke in itself whose shelf life is wearing thin. But maybe there's something that I'm missing and need to try for myself. So is sound via spectacle something that you're bullish on at Sonos after seeing these launches in this eyewear category?
I think there's a lot of things you're going to see lots of people, including ourselves, experiment with. But there's no doubt that we're doing more and more audio, right? I keep saying it's the golden age of audio because you're seeing a lot more in terms of podcasts, in terms of audiobooks, in terms of new music that's coming out. Everybody is streaming. And so everyone's looking at how can we bring, great sound experience to customers when they're on the go. And that's really what you're seeing there. I think you're going to see a ton of new products in that particular area. You're going to see new ways to listen when you're on the go. And so I think there's a bright future there. And certainly it's an area that we're going to be experimenting with and investigating too.
Patrick Spence, CEO of Sonos, such a great pleasure to have you here with us on the show. We appreciate the time. We'd love to have you back.